Hi, I'm Dr. Isaac Alexis from the Slim Samurai Media Group 84, helping to slash through sickness and offering you a slice of health and wellness. Today's topic is going to be mental health starts in the gut and not only the brain. Mental health starts in the gut and not only the brain. Before I continue, I need you to click on the subscribe, click the notification bell, like, comment, send to 25 of your friends. Comment so I know what to discuss on the next video module. Now let's begin. Now, mental health, there are many ways to address it. There are many sources. Now let's look at one. In particular, beginning with the gut. Now, there are some 500 million neurons in the gut, making many in the medical community refer to it as the second brain. This second brain in the gut technically is known as the enteric nervous system. Enteric, E-N-T-E-R-I-C, enteric. It is capable of operating independently of brain and spinal cord, which comprise the CNS, also known as the central nervous system. Now, the brain is amazing because it has some 100 billion nerve cells, but we've discussed that previously. Now, let's get back to what's called the ENS, the enteric nervous system, or the second brain. That is your gut. The gut technically begins in the esophagus, and it's going to extend all the way down to the anus. Now, the enteric nervous system relies on nerve supplies from the autonomic nervous system via the vagus nerve. Now, basically, your brain and gut communicate via the same vagus nerve. Now, patients, they did some studies that I'm going to review that I find quite interesting. I dig through all of the journals so that you don't have to, and you receive my samurais and my samurettes, the latest medical breakthrough information here at Slim Samurai Media Group 84. Now, patients given a 3-week supply of probiotics. Now, they took these probiotics on a daily basis. Now, my Slim Samurai family, you might be asking, what probiotic did they take? Great question. In particular, they took the probiotic bifidobacteria and had reported significant improvement with treatment of some depressive episodes. Now, let's look at another study. In a 30-day study, healthy volunteers with no previous depressive symptoms were given either probiotics or antidepressants. Those given probiotics showed reduced cortisol levels and improved self-reported psychological effects to a similar degree as participants that were administered benzodiazepines. Benzodiazepines being substances like Xanax, diazepam, which are anti-anxiety medications. Now, cortisol is these stress hormones. It can cause sugar imbalance, high blood pressure, can dump a ton of fat on the back side, thighs, and glutes. Cortisol is that substance secreted when that overbearing boss is forever perched on your shoulder, casting down any good work that you ever do, and you feel drained, you feel back pain, you got a splitting migraine, you're getting blurred vision, dry mouth. At that point, you have a massive, massive level of cortisol being released in the body, which is no good for yourself in particular. Now, let's look at some other randomized clinical trials. There were 5 probiotic randomized clinical trials utilizing lactobacillus and bifidobacterium species to treat depression. There were 40 individuals with major depression, and after 8 weeks of treatment, 20 people showed significant improvement of their depression on standardized depressive scores. So it looks to be some possible utility with probiotics in depressive disorder. Another randomized clinical trial of 110 participants, 36 persons received probiotics, 38 placebos, some 35 prebiotics. After approximately 8 weeks of supplementation, those participants that were on the probiotic wing of this clinical study had significant reduction of their depressive scores on a standardized depression scale. Let's look at another study, one by Dr. Majid, which included 40 patients with major depressive disorder and who had concurrent irritable bowel syndrome, also known as IBS. 20 participants were placed in the probiotic wing and another 20 to the placebo group for 90 days. Now, the probiotic group showed significant improvement on the Hamilton rating scale for depression that were placed on the probiotic. A significant reduction of depression scores, but not anxiety scores, was found in a randomized clinical trial of another study conducted by Dr. Sanchez. After a 6-week treatment of 22 patients receiving bifidobacterium as compared to placebo. Now, however, even though this looks quite promising, I like to put out the entire story and not just part of the story. All of these studies, however, lacked the gut microbiome profiles of patients before and after probiotic usage, and sometimes there were discrepancies regarding the subtype species and strains of bacterium comprising the probiotic usage. And also, there might have been some discrepancies in duration of treatment. But having said that, long-term probiotic supplementation may have some merit, as probiotics cannot be detected in stool for around 1 to 4 weeks after the probiotics have been initially administered. So there still can be utilization of probiotics in the improvement of depression. Certainly, there's the talk of prebiotics in persons with autism or on the autistic spectrum scale and spectrum. I'm going to be discussing that later this week. I utilize prebiotics with omega-3 oils for my daughter who has special needs, and it has worked wonders. And so there is definitely great benefit to optimizing your gut health which will then improve brain health, brain mood, and prevent cognitive decline. Don't forget to click on the like, subscribe, comment, send 25 of your friends. God's blessings. I'm Dr. Isaac Alexis from the Slim Samurai Media Group 84, helping you to slash through sickness and offering you a slice of health and wellness. God bless.